let me show you what you're gonna need. A Pilates ball. If you do not have a ball, you can grab a towel and just roll it up. We're mostly just using it to help support our back during some core exercises later. You can use some 5-pound or 10-pound weights, totally depends on your body and what you're comfortable with, or 3 pounds. And then we need 2 bands. So we've got a long band and we've got a little band to go around your leg. Again, both of these depends on your resistance and what you're comfortable with. Lastly, Casey's favorite, sliders. Do not have to use sliders. You can definitely use paper plates if you have a wood floor. No, not paper plates. What is it? Towels. Use towels if you have a wood floor. Paper plates would be for carpet. Yes. All right. Here we go. So we're not going to start with anything. We're just going to start with a little bit of movement first. So take your arms up over your head. Take a big deep breath out and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's just start to warm up your back a little bit. She's just going to hang here for a second. Take a nice big deep breath. And then she's going to roll back up. Nice and slow. What you're trying to work on here, she's going to do it again. What you're trying to work on here is mobility in your spine. Yes? So trying to just get some movement down the spine. It's fine. If you're tight in your lower back, because who isn't, it's no big deal. When she comes up, that's when she's going to think about it. Drawing your belly button to your spine, trying to create a little movement in that lower back. We're going to move a little more this time. Arms up as you take a deep breath in. Roll back down. And we're going to walk forward into a plank. So from here, she's just going to walk out into her plank. She's going to hold for a second, and we're going to hold. Just stay here. Take a deep breath in. If this does not work on your hands, you can drop down onto your elbows. It'll feel fine. Take a deep breath out. All she's going to do is set her knees down, shift back into a quick child's pose. It's pretty fast. Just shift back, and then come right back forward, go back into your plank. Again, welcome to do it on your elbows if you need to. Now hold. When you inhale, feel your ribs expand. When you exhale, feel your ribs contract, feel your lower abs lifting. Do not push down or push out. Lift that pelvic floor and draw those lower abdominal muscles in on your exhale. She's going to set those knees back down, back into that child's pose again. It's quick. Pop right back forward. Now, knees will stay off the floor, and she's going to shift back into a child's pose, but don't let the knees touch the ground. Shift back and shift forward. We're going to do this 8 times. And shift back 7. Exhale as you go forward. Back 6, inhaling here. Exhaling forward. We'll do 4 and forward. Back 3. I know 8 never felt like it was so long. Forward and 2 and forward. Do it one more time. Shift back, shift forward, set your knees down, take an actual child's pose, and enjoy a little stretch on your shoulders, because that was fun.
All fun.
All fun. From here, we're going to come forward and step one leg in front of you. We're just going to do a little stretch here. Back knee comes off the ground, but let's take your arms on the inside of your leg here. If your knees do not like being in this position, you can keep your back knee on the ground. That's totally fine. Just going to do a little mobility for your upper back. She's going to lift her back leg, and she's going to twist towards her leg, opening up her arm. So she has her right leg forward, so that means she's twisting her right arm open, and then she's going to thread that underneath and twist the other direction. So again, just a little mobility here, twisting open and twisting under. Good, let's just do it one more time. Twisting open and twisting under. And then she's going to set the back knee on the ground. She's going to push her hips back and give me a quick little hamstring stretch on this right leg. Flex the toes back because it feels good. Take a nice deep breath. Just stretch out that hamstring.
This is a good time to point out that I kind of pulled my hamstring.
She did kind of pull her hamstring, so we're going to be careful. There might be some movements where I'll ask you to continue to do something in case he needs a break. Doesn't mean you take a break. And we're going to do the other leg, same thing. Switch it, come into your lunge. Again, knee can be on the floor if you'd like it to be, and we're going to just twist open and then twist underneath, wrapping around and going the other direction. And you're just moving this as much as you can, right? Trying to show us some good mobility in your upper back. Whatever deep lunge you have, again, if it's not deep, it doesn't matter. Just do whatever you can. Just move. One more time. Twist open and twist under. And then set that back knee down. Give me a nice hamstring stretch. Push back, flex those toes. Really try to get that little Achilles in there too. That's that little thing. Connects to your calf, it's very important. And then we'll come back forward. She's gonna come onto her hands and knees here, and we're gonna drop down onto our right elbow. There you go. She's gonna take her left leg and kick it back behind her, and I'm gonna have her twist her hips open just a little bit. This way we can really focus on this left glute here. So down on the right elbow, left leg is back behind you. Let's start first just by touching the toe down to the floor and lifting it up. We're gonna do that for 30 seconds. All we're doing is warming up this hip, and then we're careful that when she lifts the leg, I don't see a sway back, right? Yeah, well, maybe we did, and maybe we fixed it. We're gonna try to make sure that core is supporting that back. Super important. Even though this is not technically an ab exercise, if we don't use our abs, you're probably not gonna feel your butt. You'll probably feel your lower back. That's not what we're going for. We're gonna do one more here and hold it. Now she's gonna make a circle. She's gonna sweep the floor, and then she's gonna come forward and come around. I don't care how big your circle is. It could be enormous and go all the way up to the ceiling, or it could be a little smaller, but look how nice and stable her hips are. Doesn't matter that it's not big, it looks perfect. Just trying to really make a good circle. She did lose a little bit of that hip rotation. There we go, turn it open.
Running.
And then she's gonna try to go a little bit more. There we go, there we go.
Cheater.
It happens, that's why I'm here. To keep you honest. On this last one, she's just gonna go the other direction and come around. Don't you miss us, right? Being with us all the time. Nice big circle. Again, it doesn't matter how big it is. We've just reversed it. We're just trying to really warm up this hip. So when we go into some work with the bands, your poor glutes do not freak out, right? You gotta make sure it's warm.
Or they do.
But they might still freak out, it's okay. Maybe a good freak out. We'll do one more. She's gonna point that foot towards this way, like straight out of her hip. She's gonna go touch the floor, lift it up. We'll just do 8. Up 7, up 6, so good. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. She's gonna bring it back in. Drop down onto both elbows. Let's step both feet back and hold a plank position right here. I want you to be careful that you are not squeezing your pecs and tightening up your neck. Really think about drawing those shoulders down out of the ears, which might mean this position doesn't work. You might need to make 2 fists. You might need to do it on your hands. But the whole point, don't squeeze your pec muscles. Drop your shoulders, lengthen your upper back, and breathe, right? The most important part, by the way, you should still be holding, is your breathing. You're going to make sure you exhale, ribs close, lower abs lift, right? Don't go and suck in your tummy. Exhale and try to contract. We'll do it one more time. Big deep breath. And then knees come down. Quick child's pose to stretch your booty. Push your butt side to side. Just give it a nice little stretch, because that was very fun, I'm sure. I'm just standing here. We're gonna try this on the other side. So I'm just gonna have her spin around so she can face y'all again. We're gonna drop down onto this left elbow. She's gonna kick her right leg back behind her. Again, open your hips a little bit. So hip bones are not to the floor, they're slightly open. Bring that toe down, lift that leg up. Good. Again, it's 30 seconds, and she's focusing on squeezing the glute as the leg lifts. And of course, the most important part, you do have to hold your spine super still. If you arch your back, your butt can't work. Keep your spine still so your booty lifts your leg up. Booty. It's good. Promise.
Bootylicious.
That's what we're going for today. And lift. 3, 2, get ready for that circle. Here you go. Doesn't matter which direction you go. Just make a nice circle. If it feels impossible to lift your hip, it means your hips are pointing to the ground. Open them a little bit. It's not cheating. It's just allowing for a bigger range of motion so we can get a little more focus on all the glute muscles and not just isolating the outer part of that glute and torturing your poor abductors.
Can't do that today.
We don't want to do that today. We're going to do one more in this direction, and then we'll go the other way and come up and around. Good. Now, because you are on one elbow and one knee, I know the tendency is to really lean into that side. Can you put a little more weight in your right arm? Engage your core a little bit better so you're not just leaning over, right? Because then again, this butt's not going to do its job. We've got 10 more seconds. Is it working?
It's doing
It's working. Okay, that's a good thing. We'll do it one more time. We will take that leg and we will bring it forward. She's gonna go touch the ground, lift it just for 8. Lift 7. Ooh, it's shaking, it must be working.
That's the really good one.
5.
Well, it was before I pulled it.
4. 3. And 2. One more time, everybody. And then just bring that leg back in. You're just gonna do one more child's pose, stretch your hips, push them side to side for a second. And then hopefully you have your stuff close by. You're going to grab your TheraBand, the long one that's not moved. So she's gonna hold on to this, and we're gonna start with it just shoulder distance apart. This is a medium band, it's not super heavy, so if you have a heavier band, you might not be able to pull as wide, totally fine. She's gonna start sitting on her heels. What she's gonna think about is keeping this spine upright, trying not to lean too far forward. As she goes to stand up on her knees, she's gonna pull her arms open at the same time, and she's gonna squeeze her booty. And then she's gonna go right back down. And pressing up. Now, if your knees hate this, you don't have to go all the way. So keep going if you can. If not, she will just hinge at her hips and stick her butt out, and then she will push her hips back forward. Yeah, so it's kind of like the same motion you would do if you're doing a deadlift or a squat. Again, just focusing on hip range of motion instead of getting a little more focus in the quads, which is fine. But she can, so she will sit all the way down and come all the way back up. Both are great, okay? So if the knee sitting all the way down doesn't work, don't feel bad. Nothing's wrong with you. Sometimes your quads are just tight and they don't like it. And it's okay. Or you've had like 6 knee surgeries. Who knows?
Options.
Options. Options. Best part about Pilates. We'll do one more, everybody. Ready? Come up and hold it. Stay here, and you're just gonna go halfway in and pull back for 8. Now, keep going. If you feel tension in your traps, I would tell you to lower your arms a little bit more and try to focus on this range of motion in your scapulas, right? I should see them drawing together and pulling back open, not shrugging up, right? Which she's not doing, but if she felt it up there, she would just drop her arms a little bit more. Or you can even limit your range of motion, don't pull so far. We'll do 3 more, 2 more, and then can you hold it? Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was nice and shaky, so pretty. We're gonna come down, keep holding the band, and just come down onto all fours here. You're going to step back into a plank position with wide feet, yeah? So separate those feet. What she's gonna do is shift her weight to one side and row her elbow. She's gonna pull the band, row her elbow back, and then touch it back down. We're gonna do it 8 times on one arm. If this is too hard for your wrist, you can drop down onto your left elbow, that's fine. We'll try 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that on the other side. Again, drop to your elbow if you need to. And pull that band, bring that elbow up. 7. Pull 6. Pull 5. Don't forget to breathe. That's important. Exhale as you pull. 3. I lost count. 2. Oh, good. 1 more. Come back and hold it in the center. Now you're just going to take your legs and you're going to walk them into a bent knee. So she's going to go walk in. Oh. Sorry, there we go. And then walk back out.
So here.
There you go. And walk in and walk out. Can you tell we did not rehearse this? Walk in. Walk out. I know what I'm doing.
It's been months since I took a class.
It's true. Sometimes the words that are coming out of my mouth do not make sense to everybody. I'm aware. It's okay. That's why we have a guide here. You're going to keep going. Don't stop. Casey's going to take a break. You have 4 more. Walk in. Walk out. It's okay. Walk in. We're all different. Sometimes we need a break.
My shoulders.
Can we do 1 more? Walk it in. Walk it out. Set it down. Take a break. We're going to do a little cat and cow stretch here to let your upper back rest. She's going to go hunch and arch her back a few times. Just get a little movement up here. Make it nice and stretchy. There you go. Take a deep breath. Do it 1 more time. Stretch that back. Stretch those shoulder blades apart. And then bring it back down. Good. Okay. She's just going to put the band off to the side there. And then you're going to switch to grab your tiny band. So this is the little one that goes around your legs. So lay on your side or sit on your bottom. You're going to place this right below your knee. I saw you stare at me. Right below your knee. And then you're going to lay on your side.
Waiting so expectant. Yes.
So let's lay on our right side and let's bend our knees. So from here, we did kind of warm up those hips, right? So what we're going to do, isolate isolated a little bit more. I want the foot and the knee to lift at the same time and then to go down at the same time. If you have cranky shoulders or neck, this is probably not gonna work. You can lay all the way down like you're gonna take a nap, which Casey is gonna not take a nap, but she's gonna lay down. And we're just gonna lift and lower this leg. As she lifts her leg, what I'm looking for is this tiny, tiny space under the right side of her body, because if she allows her waist to hit the floor, then this hip lifts up, right? And then you get some very weird work in the hip. It's your piriformis that works. We're not going for piriformis, we're going for glute muscles, right? Technically, that's a hip rotator. That's for this movement, not what we're doing, right? We're abducting, we're opening. We're gonna do one more here. And then she's gonna take that leg and she's gonna kick it straight. The band gets a little twisty here, don't worry about it. She's gonna lift it up and she's gonna put it down. That's it. When you do this, can you think about the contraction at the top? Don't just lift the leg up, right? We have a lot of muscles in our body. They love to help each other. So muscle compensation is real. When she lifts her butt, I don't want her waist to fire. I want her glute to fire. So at the top, she's giving me a little hold, and I really see this little indentation in her glute, which tells me they're actually working. There you go. And there's a little quiver, which is just, icing on the cake for me.
That's for free.
That's for free. Thank you, Casey. Let's do 2 more. On this last one, let's hold it. Stay here. Little pulse, take it higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. So good. She's gonna flip over onto her back. We're gonna let the butt take a little break, move on to some core here. So you can just leave your band there just so it's ready for the next exercise. Tabletop your legs. Take a few big deep breaths. Make sure that your spine feels stable, yes? So for some people, if you've got a big sway, you're gonna have to bring your tailbone under a little bit to loosen this, or to close that space a little bit, right? If you're pretty flat backed, do not tuck your butt under. Stay with your neutral spine. Just breathe. So what we're gonna do, she's gonna push her hands into the floor. She's gonna exhale to extend both legs away from her. She's gonna inhale to bring both legs in. Now Casey has a nice little sway back, so we do not go super low with her legs, because then she would not really feel anything happening here. Her QL muscles would freak out, and that's not what we're going for. So when she extends, I see a nice contraction in the top and the bottom of the core, yeah? The bottom makes a big difference. If she exhales and pushes her tummy out, nothing's gonna happen down here, right? And we get a little wobbly. When she exhales, she's gonna think, pull it together and pull it up, yes? Lift the lower abs, pull your ribs together on your exhale. Then when you inhale, fill your lungs back up, open your ribs back up. She's gonna hold the next one. Stay here. Now you're gonna go legs open, close, open, close. You can lift the angle of your legs. I don't want you to feel your lower back. It doesn't matter if your legs are almost vertical. If you breathe deeply and you contract, they will work. For 4, it looks so good. And 3, we've been practicing this a lot. 2, and 1, bend them all the way back in. Fabulous. Let's roll over and do the other butt. They rested now, right? Sure. Okay, so lay on your side, bend your legs. Again, you don't have to prop yourself up. If you want to lay down, lay down. Why don't we just lay down on the other side? Just so we're even.
Okay.
So again, small little hole under the side of your body, making sure you're not sinking into your waist. Let's start by lifting the foot and lifting the knee. When she lifts that leg, again, there's a little hold at the top so that I see some good contraction, a very nice quiver, which nothing makes me happier. It's like when y'all sweat in class, it's like a tip. It's like you're putting some extra money in the jar. It makes me so happy. And lift. Or we get the whoo. Those, my favorite. Especially when it's from a dude, that's the best. Mid-plank. Almost done. Keep going, lift that leg, feel that little squeeze at the top. Keep that good form under your waist, and then let's hold the next one. Hold it, kick your legs straight, same thing, right? Bring it down, lift up, hold. Now we talked about that waist. Whenever she lifts her leg, don't drop into the floor. Keep your little mouse hole under your body, squeeze your bottom at the top, feel the abductor, feel the glute. If you don't feel your butt, your leg might be too far in front of you. Bring it back a little bit and see if that feels better. Again, we're all shaped differently. Things don't always work for everybody the same. We just got just a few more seconds here. Doing so good. Last 3. Up, 2, get ready to hold it, get ready to pulse. Hold it up, tiny pulses higher for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in. Awesome. Flip over onto your back again and take the band off your legs. How are we doing on time?
20, 35.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, so next little prop, your ball. Yay. You're going to put this under your tailbone. If you do not have a ball, you'll use a towel, right? Just roll it up. So we're sticking it under here, and we're gonna bring our legs back to tabletop. Similar movements to what we did a moment ago with the band. We're just gonna focus a little bit more on that core again. She's gonna exhale and extend her legs out, then keep her knees straight and scoop up and bend back in. Exhale to extend, inhale to lift and to bend. Exhale, push, inhale up, bend it back down. Exhale to push. Now again, what makes this difficult is not actually the leg movement, right? It's trying to actually see what you're feeling. If you don't feel anything happening in here, you gotta focus a little bit more, right? Breathe deeply, inhale first. Exhale, like you're pushing the walls of your abdomen back together. It makes a huge difference, I promise. If you have a hard time feeling your stomach muscles because your back muscles take over, if you can really connect into your breathing, it makes a huge difference. It sounds so silly, but I promise it's true.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, a real thing. We're gonna do one more and we're gonna hold it. She's gonna extend her legs and she's gonna hold. This is super fun. She's not gonna move. She's gonna take a big deep breath. She's just gonna work on her breathing. Keep your quads engaged. Yes, you see her toes are flexed back. Those thighs are nice and tight. It's like she already knew. All she's gonna do is take one leg and drop it down 1 inch, and she's gonna hold it there, and she's not gonna move for 15 whole seconds. What you might feel is one side of your abdomen firing a little bit more than the other. That's good, it should. It's not even, right? One side of that tummy needs to work a little harder. And then she's gonna switch and do the same thing with the other one. This exercise is meant to tell your brain to talk to your core because something is happening way down here at your feet. That's a long way to go. We've got one more deep breath, and now she's gonna go switch, switch, switch. I want her to keep it pretty small, right? Her ball was moving. We're gonna keep it pretty small. So you wanna make sure that you are not making it huge. It's not a stretch, it's about control. That's why it's pretty tiny, right? But she's got this good deep breathing happening. She's just taking slow breaths in and out the whole time. Don't pump your breathing. That's a little awkward, right? We don't breathe like that. We're not in labor, okay? Hopefully. We're gonna try to keep it. We would not be doing this if we were in labor. Let's put it that way. Maybe we'll just shoot right out. Not what we're going for. We'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring your feet down. Take the ball out from under your bottom and place it between your knees. Again, if you don't have a ball, shove the towel between the knees. Bring your heels pretty close to your bum. Bring your feet only a parallel hip distance apart. Yeah, make sure your little toes are not twisted, they're straight. You should be able to touch your fingertips to your heels. I don't want you to think about your hamstrings, I want you to think about your booty. She's gonna make sure that, again, we're not sway back, we're beginning flat. She's gonna squeeze that ball and she's gonna lift her hips up and down. This is not for your hamstrings, this is for your booty. You will feel a little bit of where the hamstring connects to the butt. Is that okay?
It's okay, so
It doesn't hurt?
no, it's okay.
Okay. Sorry, she had a little injury, so I'm just making sure I'm not breaking her. Which if you came to class, I would also do for you. So good, best part about Pilates, we can custom anything. We're gonna do 3 more. 2 more, get ready to hold it, you ready? Bring the hips up, hold, squeeze that ball as hard as you possibly can. Take one leg and kick it out, and then bring it back in. Take the other leg, kick it out, and bring it back in. You're gonna keep going, don't stop. Even if she has to take a break, you keep going. Do you need to take a break? No? Okay, look at that, she's so strong.
It's almost better.
Oh, good.
Although,
Don't break it.
let you know later, I guess.
I really want you to make sure that that heel comes right back to your glute. Yeah, bring that foot back close to your butt. Make sure you're not walking it slowly far away. If you start to feel all hamstring and no butt, it's too far. Bring it in. Kicking one leg out for 4. Think about kicking your fingertips. 3, 2, One more time. Now hold it, put the foot down, squeeze that ball as hard as you can, and hold for 5, 4, squeeze your butt, 3, 2, and bring it down. Nice. We're gonna bring ourselves to sit up, take the ball out, ta-da, and then we are going to grab your sliders, the best. So, you're just going to put the sliders on the floor. I'm gonna fold her mat because this is where she's gonna put her arms, and we're gonna do forearms, and it's just a little hard. So, sliders will come on one end. You can fold your mat in half so it's a little bit squishier for your arms, or if you have a pad. So we're gonna place the elbows down. Toes are gonna go on your sliders, and we're going to try to get our heart rate up, okay? If you need a break, take a break. Come into your plank position and just hold for a second. Our sliders are all wonky. It's gonna make me crazy, so we're gonna straighten them out, okay? Yeah, if you do class with me, you know that's not weird for me. So we're gonna just hold your plank position. Again, connect your brain to your core, find your breathing. Lift your butt a little bit higher than normal. Look down slightly with your chin. Now you're gonna run those legs as fast as you can for 30 seconds. One knee in and one knee out. There we go. I promise I was timing. I promise. She's just running her legs as fast as she can. There we go. Now be careful. This is not the club. Do not do the cha-cha with your hips. Sorry, I didn't mean to make her laugh. Try to keep your pelvis as still as possible, right? That means you've got to slow it down a little bit, slow it down a little bit. She has 5, 4, 3, 2, set your knees down. She's gonna stand right up from here. Super fun. She's gonna do some sumo squats. I'm gonna have her face you. So she's just gonna take the toes, turn them out. That's fine there. And we're just gonna go sumo squat and right back up. In a sumo squat, toes and knees are rotated open. So even if you have knee issues, the sumo squat usually feels okay. We wanna make sure that we are not collapsing. Yes, not doing this, right, with those knees. Imagine that, don't do that either. Imagine the band around your legs like we did earlier, and you're kind of pushing out against it. We want a little bit of that outer quad muscle, and then a little more of those inner thighs at the bottom to help support the bottom of the hip. If you don't feel anything in the inner thighs or the outer edge of that quad, your squat might be a little too shallow. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper, maybe, if possible. And we're super excited to hold it. You ready? Come down to the bottom, hold, relax your neck. It cannot help you squat. She's gonna come up 2 inches. She's gonna go down 2 inches. Up, down, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, get ready to hold again. 2, 1, she's gonna hold it. I'll hold it. And then we're gonna go shift side and side. She's gonna rest. Side and side, just a little shift. It's hard. And shift. It's kind of like you're doing a side lunge, right? But again, the thighs are rotated open instead of being parallel. We're gonna go for 4, 3, and then we're gonna pulse again. 2, 1, hold in the center and go. Pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. One more time, shifting side to side if you can. If you need to rest, now's a good time to rest. Just think about shifting your hips side to side for 8, not like this, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's your break. 3.
Sometimes ask me about how I did my hamstring. It's good.
There you go. And we'll just come right back up. Good. Let's do this again. Get on the floor, grab those sliders.
This is what I was really afraid of the whole time.
Yes, yes, yes. So good. Here we go. Ready? Find your plank. Lift the booty just a little bit higher than normal. Drop your chin. Run those legs. Go. If you cannot run, like this just does not work. Your knees don't like this or your shoulders hate this. You can do a little split slide instead where you keep your legs straight and like to open and close. You can totally do that if that feels, like this. If this feels better, do that instead. It doesn't matter, just go quickly. Like that. Like she's cleaning, she's buffing my floors. I love it. They're gonna be so shiny. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, stand up. We're almost there.
That's my favorite part of class.
Here we go. You ready? Come down and just hold it first. Hold. And just take a few big deep breaths at the bottom of this squat. Make sure again you've got good space between your legs. They're not too narrow. You're gonna lift your heels up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, relax your neck, 4, 3, 2, put your heels down, hold it. You're gonna hinge your hips back and then press all the way upright. Press your hips back and push upright. When you go back, your spine stays flat. When you come forward, you squeeze your tuchus. Back and squeeze. No, does no one else say that? And back.
I try not to say that for weeks. It's like on my brain.
And push 3 more times. Back. Push forward 3. Back. Push forward 2. Back. Push forward 1. Now push back and hold it. Go a little deeper and then come up right above the knee height, right below. Above, below. If you can't go down that deep, you don't have to. Just do what you can. Down for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, it's okay. 4, 3, I didn't do the whole workout. 2, hold it, heels one more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up all the way, take a deep breath in, roll down and touch the floor for a second. How are we on time? Where are we?
31.
Yes! Perfect timing. And you're gonna roll all the way back up. Just like we did when we started. Take your arms over your head, take a big deep breath back in, do it one more time. Roll back down. Get all the way down there. Big stretch on that low back, right? Really stretch out. We did a lot of planking. Roll back up. That was so nice too. I didn't even do the weight exercise. Done. Good job, everybody. We hope you enjoyed our workout. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with us today. And share, text this, send it to everybody. And then hopefully we'll see you in the studio soon. Bye.